Would y'all suck a dick to save your mom's life?
I wish I had seen that clip before, so I knew what type of shit he was on. I should have known. I should have known.
Believe me when I say I'ma pull up when the stage drops. Believe me when I say she don't look good.
Yo, what it is, y'all? Appreciate y'all tuning back in with me. All right, so we're gonna do
the real problem with the black community,
and we'll see what they got to say. I have my own feelings, of course, but we'll see what they got to say.
You know, black people have a problem. 5 actually found something to talk about. And before I talk about these problems, I need to make a disclaimer. Look, in no way am I trying to bring down the black community by making this video. All I'm trying to do with this video is just bring awareness to our problems and give our community as a whole some constructive criticism. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to problem number 1. Black people love to glorify degenerate culture. I don't know why, but the black community as a whole just loves glorifying degenerate shit. Whether it's trapping, being a hoe, hell, even killing. Like in most hood areas, if you're the most well-known trapper, you're the king of that area and kids look up to you. For some reason, that same thing is starting to happen for being a hoe. Like no other race glorifies shit like that, bro. Except us. Black people are the only type of...
All right, so... I disagree. I don't know anybody that glorifies being a hoe. I guess he would say... If I had to assume, maybe he's like hoe tendencies. People who are saying, "Hey man, be free with your..." Girls would be like, "Hey girl, be free with your body." And it's not only black people who do that. I know plenty of white people, especially when I was at high school. White women was like, "Hey, we young, we free, we can do whatever we want to. It doesn't matter." But
people that will look at a regular 9-to-5 average guy and will call that nigga lame all because he doesn't trap and have a Hellcat. That shit makes absolutely 0 sense. And for whatever reason, being a hoe is just popular as hell right now. Like it feels like a good portion of black women only want to be outside. Everyone wants to have a roster. Everybody wants to be outside shaking ass and shit. And these hoes want to be hoes for these trappers instead of being a hoe for Jesus. Y'all get the point though. Black people just glorify this shit way more than any other race. And I feel like a big reason for that is our role models, bruh. Because when you really just think about it, who are the main role models for our kids in the black community? Sexy Red and Lil Baby.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Our community doesn't have good role models. That's why we suffer from this massive degenerate culture. Because when Dr. Umar is the only guy who's speaking some, and I truly mean some, good principles, and my brother in Christ, we are fucking cooked.
all right. So I can already see what type of video this finna be. This should be titled "The Real Problem with," I will say, the ghetto community. That's what I would say. No, I'm not saying hood. I'm saying the ghetto community. And really the nigga community. If you want to be, so let's say what it is. The nigga community. Because there's a big difference between being black and being a nigga. Black, let's talk about something I always say. Role models. We shouldn't look up to anybody that's entertainment. Stop doing that. You shouldn't look up for role models for anybody entertainment. He's right about that. Well, kind of right about that. That's not his point. That's my point. But you shouldn't look up to anybody entertainment. No other race does that. Nobody look up to their rock stars, country stars as role models. Maybe some of them, but mainly people are like in politics, speaking highly about their community. Yeah, and what was his point about black women or something like that? Oh, he said black women they want to be all outside. They want to be hoes. Again, something that I noticed when you see somebody talking like, "Oh, I want to have a roster." Few things you need to know. Mainly they're young And he looks pretty young himself. So I'm sure in his whole bubble, he probably like, oh, girls my age, they just want to fuck around. Which when I was really young and I was in college, I want to fuck around too. You know what I'm saying? That was my goal. That relationship was my goal. So I think that's a young. I think this should be the real problem with the young nigga community. That's what the title of this should be. I don't like how he's stereotyping the entire black community. It might be just for videos, might be just for likes, whatever it is, or just get people talking because I'm talking about it. But it definitely, that's what it should be. The real problem with the nigga community. Because the stuff that he's talking about, the only people I see posting that or living that kind of life are young niggas. And young niggas include young women that act like niggas. So let's keep it going.
Speaking of cooked though, a lot of black people's mindsets about money and status are very, very cooked. Which leads us to our next problem. We care about money and status way too much. Like bro, a lot of black people will literally do anything for money, bro. Except work a regular job. Like I'm telling you, black people are truly some of the hardest workers and smartest people when we really, truly put our mind to it. But the only fucking problem is that we always put all of our effort into the wrong shit. Like instead of trying to be doctors, lawyers, astronauts, and hell, even politicians, all niggas want to do is become trappers, scammers, and rappers. Every single black person watching this video, listen to what I'm saying right now. There is nothing wrong with working a regular 9-to-5 job. And a good amount of black people are starting to realize that. But for the people who still
again, people around my age, they understand how important that is. Not everybody, I don't know, but my circle, they understand this concept. Cause none of my circle are niggas. They're not niggas. So I will not use the word black for real. And every time he say black, I'm just gonna think niggas. So I want you to be there with me. So every time you hear him say black, think of niggas. Because that's who he's talking about. He's not talking about black people. He's talking about niggas. But let's keep it going.
Or trapped into the mindset of trapping and scamming being the only.
Oh, again, another thing. Niggas. I hate y'all because he's right about that. Niggas have a big problem with money. I know some people who like, man, that shit lame. Niggas, like I said, have a problem because they just don't want to do that. And that's okay. You don't want to work a 9-to-5. Sometimes it's not for everybody. And that's cool. But the problem is when you start trying to attack the people who have 9-to-5s, that's when it becomes lame. And that's when you become a nigga. In my eyes.
Anyway, stop that shit, because the only place that will lead you to is a jail cell or a fucking coffin. And if you watched any drug crime show like Snowfall or Power, you will quickly realize that. But a big reason on why we go so hard.
I hated the way that Snowfall ended. And I work a 9-to-5.
Get money most of the time isn't even for a beneficial purpose, because the only thing that niggas want to do when they get their money is spend it on meaningless shit, all so that we can flex on other people. We buy shoes, clothes, chains, hell, even cars. Why do you think every single black person who has money also owns a Hellcat? All that black chains, hell, even cars.
One more thing. Niggas. Why do we overpay for things? That's the problem that I don't like. Why we overpay for things? Let's say my car, I have a car, does the same thing as your car, but the same exact thing. Your car costs more, mine costs less. But my car is cheap and you don't like it. Does the same thing. I'm talking like exact same thing, same features, same end result. Niggas gotta stop that shit. Not saying black people. Niggas gotta stop that shit.
cars. Why do you think every single black person who has money also owns a Hellcat? All that black people care about is their status in society. That's why you have niggas perfectly fine with being trappers just because it's looked at as cool in the black community. We as a whole community need to have better aspirations, bro. Because there is no reason why you should be spending $300 on shoes that only cost $20 to make. If that, because you know that shit was made in them China sweatshops. Like, niggas are dead ass selling their souls just so they can get the money to flex, bro. Instead of trying to help and benefit your community. But what's also fucked up is that we're all some hating ass motherfuckers.
Would y'all suck a dick to save y'all mom's life?
Yeah, I actually said that. But if you want to see me say more wild shit, tap into.
I wish I had seen that clip before, so I knew what type of shit he was on. I should have known.
the stream.
People love to hate on other black people. My brother in Christ.
Very
I'm telling
true.
you right now, black people will literally hate on you for doing anything. But you can even be trying to better yourself by reading a book or whatever. I swear to God, niggas will be on your ass talking about, damn nigga, why the fuck you reading that shit? All stupid ass trying to get smarter and shit. Shut the fuck up. Like, can we not just applaud our own people when we do good? We don't always gotta be so negative, bro. And the worst part about it is that the main
Big W that he mentions this, because that's something that aggravates me too. But I kind of just be like, nowadays I'll be like, because y'all do y'all over here, my black folks over here, y'all niggas gonna be over there. So y'all do what y'all want. We gotta stop that. But the sad thing is, it will never go away. It will never go away. There's so many black people doing great things in their lives, man. And you see other people, because they feel that it should be them, instead of learning, hey, how did you do that? Hey, blah, 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 blah. Some people on the top don't want to reach down and help them out. So that's another one too. But we're talking about the haters right now. Why? Just get better. You don't have to hate. Damn. Like, it be, for example, I made music. Every time I hear a Don Toliver song, I get fucking pissed. I get mad. I could have made that song. I like doing the things he do. Some of them, but not all of them. I like to do some of the things he do. I could have made that song, and I can sing a little bit. But I don't hate to the point I'm like, damn, man. No, I don't like his music, bro. Because I didn't make it. I enjoy his music. Most of his shit is on my library. So we got to do better as a people.
we not just applaud our own people when we do good? We don't always gotta be so negative, bro. And the worst part about it is that the main that be hating me living the sorriest lives. And nowadays it feels like a lot more are trying to glorify poverty and being from the hood. White people don't glorify being from the goddamn trailer parks. And it's gotten so bad that I was on TikTok the other day, and I swear to God, I literally seen two niggas having a fucking broke off. The niggas was going cent for cent trying to see who was more in poverty. Like, that shit is absolutely insane, bro. And for whatever reason, it's also become a trend for black women to hate on white girls just because black men are starting to like white women. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with that. First off, you can't get mad at white women for black men being attracted to them. Like, what the fuck do you want them to do? Be ugly? Second thing, black men have always loved white women. I mean, where do you think mixed babies came from? That shit came from slavery times, back when Master Daughter wanted a little bit more than 3 inches. And third, but most importantly,
we're gonna stop it right there. Didn't need to hear that, but yeah, I don't have a problem with other people dating, because who cares? You love who you love. And what really made me realize that is probably like years ago. I had lived in Christiansburg, Virginia. I'm from, before then, from Lakeland, Florida. Bunch of black people, black women, amazing, beautiful, all that good stuff. And I was like, how can people like white women? I just don't get it. All these black women around. Are you not looking? And I went to Christiansburg, Virginia. And I was like, oh, that's why. Because there are no black women around. And if they are, they're either not your type or super weird, or don't date black guys. So I would say it opened my eyes being in that community Now, if you, I definitely stand behind. If you the type that have a bunch of black women around you, you like, what are white women at? I think it's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. You're intentionally denying your own race to go date somebody else. It's a little strange. But if you happen to run into a white woman, hey man, I kind of like this girl. This girl kind of likes me. We should date. We're in love. That's cool. But other than that, I feel like you're a little strange.
If black men like white women more than black women, maybe, just maybe. The problem is actually black women. Some black women, let me say that. And also, there's nothing wrong with a black man liking white women. I like white women. I just love black women too. There's nothing wrong with that. But something that is wrong is our goals and aspirations, which is number 4. It feels like nowadays the main goals for black men growing up is to either become an athlete or a rapper. And if those things fail, they want to become a trapper. Like, to all my black men, y'all do realize there's more to life than becoming a rapper or an athlete, right? Like, I feel like that's every black man's goal growing up, bro, for whatever reason. And why don't we want to become astronauts or like...
So, good point. Not really, but it's a point. It's a point I can see where he's coming from. So, it hasn't just started nowadays. I'm sure he's a young brother. So, but ever since, like everybody, because you know what, we grow up watching these amazing athletes go crazy, and like, dang, I wish I could do that. I'm gonna try that. So that's what if I'm tall enough, if I'm, I don't know, skilled enough, if I work hard enough, I can do this too. Especially when you see people like, when I see people from, heard from people like from Polk County, like, goddamn Vince, Mario Stoudemire, Tracy. I'm like, and I'm seeing dudes in high school on the path. I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. He can make it. Dwayne Bacon. Yeah. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with being that. But you have to be real with yourself. If you ain't at least 6'1", well, nowadays 6'1" can make it. If you ain't at least 6'1", you ain't skilled, you ain't working, you're probably not gonna make it. Or at least get close. So you just gotta, be realistic with yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being wanting to be. Some people just don't want to be a doctor. Some people don't want to be a police officer. Some people don't want to be a lawyer. There are plenty of black people I know that want to be doctors, want to be lawyers, want to be engineers. But again, he's not talking. He's stereotyping the black community when it's really just niggas. That's what it is. That's why I said he should probably change the title. But let's keep it going.
Like doctors and shit. Or hell, even photographers, bro. Like, there's so many other cool jobs. They trying to go to the league, which is most likely not gonna happen, let's be real. Damn. Or trying to become a famous rapper, which is also most likely not gonna happen. Damn. Like, those things are way harder to do than people think, bro. Having regular goals and passions is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And for some of y'all black women, yes, I said some. I'm not gonna associate this with the whole community. I will never
Oh, yeah. That's another thing, too. It's a trend right now on social media to hate on black women. I don't like it. And I feel like it's intentional. I said, in my head, I'm like, are these people really this dumb, or are they playing for like likes and attention? Because there's no way that they think all black women act like this once they see, a black woman that acts like a nigga. There's no way. Like, literally, if you've ever been to college, bro, if you've ever been to an HBCU, ever graduated from HBCU, attended an HBCU, there are some intelligent, beyond most black men, intelligent black women that do not act like that. They don't act like they're from the Twitterverse. There are like I said, doctors, lawyers, engineers, people that have gone on to be professional dancers. They're not all birds, as people in my circle like to say. They're not all birds. Let's keep going.
Understand the mentality of being blessed with life, being blessed with goals and aspirations, and wanting to throw all that away just to become a baby mama. Like, that makes no sense to me at all. I don't understand how
At
black
all.
women look up to these rapper baby mamas. Like, I'm not finna name names, but y'all know the ones I'm talking about. These women are literally famous because they got a fat BBL and got pregnant by a rapper. And all that these women do is just post on Instagram and get into meaningless drama with other female baby mamas. Like, we as a collective people gotta be more realistic with our goals, bro. There's nothing wrong with working regular 9-to-5 office jobs or even being blue collar workers. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. As long as you're providing for your family, all is well. It's just a lot of people don't care about their families, which unfortunately is problem number 5, which I also think is the biggest problem. We as a community don't care about our kids, and we're also not there for them. What's the most common stereotype made against black men, specifically black fathers? Black fathers abandoning their kids. For whatever reason, a lot of black men just aren't there for their kids. And honestly, I feel like that's one of, if not the biggest problem in the black community. Family is the most important thing in most of our lives. Because no matter
I would say if this video came out 10, 20 years ago, he'd be correct. Nowadays, and you can look it up statistically, a lot of people my age, a lot of people in like the later millennial era, they are taking care of their kids. They're staying home. All of my friends that have kids, they're with their woman, and they stay there and take care of their responsibility. Again, it seems like he's targeting young black niggas and just saying that's the black community. And, not to put him down, but we got to be careful of the words we use. We can't just go out there and be like, the black community sucks. No, young black niggas suck. Or black niggas, because there ain't always just young folks. Because there's old niggas who be tripping too. So let's just say the black community doesn't suck. Niggas suck. That's just what it is.
no matter what, family is always going to be there for you. And if it's not there for you, that's when you start getting fucked up in the head. Which is why I feel like this generation of black people was cheated out of a lot of things. And you can really see that effect on how our generation is turning out to be. But I'm going to just put it like this. As a whole community, black people have just kind of abandoned the concept of family. We should not be letting these black women raise these kids all by themselves. And as black men, we have to step up and be there for your kids no matter what. And as a community, we have to bring the idea and the concept of the family back. Because truthfully and honestly, if we had a better concept of family, I feel like our whole community would be in a better place right now.
That's a good point.
But besides that, that's the end of the video. Appreciate all y'all for watching. Follow if you're new, subscribe if you're new.
I will say, honestly, at the end of the day, it was a good video. It was a really good video. I appreciate the points that he made. Even if I don't agree with all of them, I'm glad it's being brought up because it's something that I have thought about for the longest. And I remember I was so deep into it. I was like, we're going to save all our black brothers and sisters. We're going to do it. I don't care where they're from, what they're doing. We're going to save them. Not possible. I learned that probably like a couple years ago. Probably like a little bit like 4 or 5 years ago. Can't save them. So what you need to focus on, your core of black people, y'all doing better. Y'all understanding the concept and letting these niggas be niggas. Niggas is going to be niggas for the rest of their lives. They are. They're going to be niggas for the rest of their lives. Nothing that we can do about it or can save them. Like that, like Umar said, you can't save all of them on the block. Some of them need to be asleep. We're good. Okay? And that's just what it is. Buddy, I don't know. I actually don't know who he is. But like I said, appreciate him for the video. I will say though, you saying all this and then asking somebody will they suck dick to keep their mother alive. pretty insane. My brother. But so I don't know. I don't know if he did this for the content or he was just really believes this, but here's his opinion, and I have nothing against him at all. Thank you for watching this again. You know what I'm saying? Coming back, watching the video. Till next time, I'm out.